Rory McIlroy opted to skip the first playoff event in Memphis. He was second in the FedExCup standings going into the first week. He skipped. He's second going into the second playoff event. So I think Rory's decision on a Rory level is validated, but I also think it speaks to, our proposal from last week from Rick Gehman about what if we just made this a straight playoffs and the top 50 moved on after this week, just on the leaderboard, and the top 30 move on after this week, and there's no point stuff going on. That way Rory couldn't skip. And also, I compiled a list of the guys who finished outside the top 50 this week, but are still making it through based on how strong they played throughout the season. These are the guys who if the new format was the new format, would have been eliminated, but are still going to be able to play this next coming week. Ryan Fox, Corey Connors, Chris Gotterup, Sam Stevens, Jason Day, Michael Kim, Shane Lowry, Tom Hoagie, Brian Campbell, Daniel Berger. Would the tour collapse if those guys didn't make it to next week because they had a bad week in the playoffs, in the first playoffs? The Scotty Schefflers, the Justin Thomases, you got to just finish in the top 50 of the top 70. Most of the best players would get through no matter what. And if you have a bad week at the wrong time, you have a bad week at the wrong time. Scotty Scheffler was never going to finish outside the top 50. He finished one shot out of a playoff. He's not going to finish outside the top 30 this week. It's just not going to happen. So I think this is evidence, this playoffs, with Rory skipping and with this group of guys finishing outside the top 50 but still moving on. The most of the blue chip players are still moving on because they finished in the top 50 of 70. That's not like a crazy ask. You just got to not finish in the top 20 out of a 70-man field. I like Rick's proposal. I think we're making moves to going toward a true playoffs.